How come they're not lacking in anything? Why are they so happy? Let me just take more money from them and see what happens. So don't let greed get in the way. And that goes for strangers as well. If you own an apartment building, don't keep raising the rent on people. Make it livable. Gas, look at our gas. I mean, come on. That's our government constantly taking from us and not willing to give back or to allow us to live and be happy and be strong and care for one another and stop this race war, stop this left and right war. I mean, it's everything they're picking on us. It's like, oh, let's create this in order to do this. So it's a smoke screen, people. It's a smoke screen. What's really going on? And the other countries see it. I'm done.
So let me ask one question about Judas. You think Judas thought this out, or this was a momentary thing? Because he knew Jesus well, obviously, being there for 3 years or about. And you want to betray him, someone you've seen do the miracles, do all the things. I mean, spend a lot of time with Jesus in different events. Do you think that some people see this as a monstrous, big thing, well thought out? He's giving his soul to the devil, blah, blah. Or was it just, he got an itch?
Well, I think because the Jewish priests came to him and talked to him and manipulated him.
I don't think so.
It doesn't say that here, but I'm sure there's somewhere in the Bible where he was somebody. Something.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, because they gave him money. So obviously he met up with them. They're like saying, hey, look at this amount of money we can give you. And again, I think it was just greed that took over. He loved Jesus very much. Or he would have kissed him.
Well, it could be the kiss of betrayal, too. So.
Well, it was a kiss of betrayal. But still, he loved him.
So
he just didn't realize what he had until he kissed him, and he was beaten.
So do you think he's a tragic figure, an evil figure?
I think he's tragic because all of us have a Judas in us. All of us.
Explain that, please.
Well, all of us can be manipulated in some way to do something that we normally wouldn't do.
All right, very good.
And obviously, I loved my ex very, very much. And that manipulated me to stay with him and not get away because he kept telling me he needed help. He needed help. So it's like every time I left, he promised and said he wouldn't do it again. And that to me is a betrayal to me, what he did. Because he was just lying and playing on my love for him. So that's a betrayal, and I was manipulated into doing things that I shouldn't have done, which is staying with him. And so it's in all of us.
Okay, well said. Then one of the 12, whose name, we did that part, okay.
17.
13, right.
17.
17, right. Now on the first day of unleavened bread, the disciples came to Jesus saying, "Where will you have us prepare for you to eat the Passover?" He said, "Go into the city to a certain man and say to him, 'The teacher says, my time is at hand. I will keep the Passover at your house with my disciples.' And the disciples did as Jesus had directed them, and they prepared the Passover. When it was evening, he reclined at the table of the 12. And as they were eating, he said, 'Truly I say to you, one of you will betray me.' And they were very sorrowful and began to say to him one after another, 'Is it I, Lord?' He answered, 'He who has dipped his hand in the dish with me will betray me.' The Son of Man goes as it is written of him, but woe to the man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It would have been better for that man if he had not been born. Judas, who would betray him, answered, Is it I, Rabbi? He said to him, You have said it.
No, you have said so.
You have said so. You have said so, correct. So there's the drama.
Yeah, because Jesus knows exactly who's
Right.
going to betray him.
And
obviously this didn't take just one day. This
Right.
took time. This took, it's like they say, a serpent getting in your ear. It wasn't overnight. They wore Judas down. And Judas started believing in the lies that were being told to him.
Okay, interesting. Do you think then he was manipulated? This was really coming from him? What's your portrait of Judas?
Well, I think it's a little of both, because you can't be 100% manipulated into doing something unless you're willing to do it. You know?
Right.
You have to give up a little piece of you in order to betray somebody or in order to do something for somebody. You have to surrender a piece of you. And, unfortunately, that's the way it goes. If you find yourself having to surrender something within you, then obviously the relationship isn't good and you should get away from it. So I think he had to obviously give away a piece of him in order to betray Jesus.
All right, very good. Excellent. Now as they were eating, Jesus took bread and after blessing it, broke it and gave it to his disciples and said, Take, eat, this is my body. And he took a cup, and when he had given thanks, he gave it to them, saying, Drink it of it, all of you, for this is my blood of the covenant which is poured out for many, for the forgiveness of sins. I tell you, I will not drink again of this fruit of the vine until that day when I drink it anew with you in my Father's kingdom. Communion is one of those aspects that divide many people, especially Catholics and Protestants. I happen to believe, and I was Catholic at one time, and that they really do have the real body and blood of Jesus Christ. I have no doubt about that. But I also believe, depending how in a service it is prepared and given and what it is thought of, it becomes the same. I remember coming to this church here, the Lutheran Church, and I felt the presence of the Lord in communion. Now, having said that, unfortunately, as things progress, and frankly right now, I don't think it's done with the build-up and the drama that should be present.